Noni into the database, and nothing comes out. I look at my watch and it's been about 20 seconds, and I take $8 an hour and I divide it by 20 seconds. I made 10 cents and this job's over. But then I realized that the Latin name for it was Morinda citrifolia. I typed that into the database and a whole slew of different research comes out. And I start looking at the research and it's from all over the world. First there's a study in Germany. It says that it helps with pain. I look historically and it says that they used to call it the painkiller fruit because it reduces your pain. Amen. I find another study from Hawaii. It talks about immunity. It talks about how it's going to improve your immune system. And they would use it on cuts and bruises and drink it, and they put it in their hair, and it would help with joint pain. And there's research all over the place. I find this particularly fascinating study in Japan. Okay, this research scientist, he's taken 300 different tropical plants. He's applying them to cells and watching what happens to the cells. It was actually cancer cells, and he's trying to kill the cancer cells. But he wakes up one morning, he looks into the microscope, and the cells that were once deformed are now healthy. And he goes and he looks and sees what plant it was, and it was Noni. So this guy's from Japan. I'm so excited. So I call up the university where he had done the research. He has a very common Japanese name. Do you believe in miracles?
Yes.
You believe that serendipity kicks in when you're on the right path? So I don't know this guy. I call up the main operator number at the university and I ask for him, and his name is like Smith in Japanese. So there's 30,000 people in this university. Hello, could I speak with Mr. Smith? And the operator says, oh, he's not here. He's on a business trip in the US. Let me get you his number. Miracle number one.
Come on.
She gives me the number. I call. It's a New Jersey number. Hello, can I speak with Mr. Smith? This girl answers. I start talking to her. It turns out she was my classmate.
Wow. Wow.
Is his girlfriend.
Come on now.
She lives in New Jersey. He's come to visit her. We hit it off immediately. He flies out to Utah. He presents his research, and that was the culminating study that convinced us that Noni has power, not just historical, and all of these things are coming together, and then Noni gets developed. I'm done looking at the research and I decide I have got to go to the source and see how they used it traditionally, because I understand the last 100 years of our modern science, but what about the 2,000 years before that? How did they use it? So, I grew up in the city boy, right? I go to the jungle. I'm here in Tahiti trying to figure out how to adapt to this new all-natural lifestyle, but I'm sitting next to a traditional medicine healer woman, and she has patients that are coming every day, and people will come with a big gash on their head, and she'll go out into the jungle and collect a bunch of plants and take some noni and take this, use it twice a day, go home, okay? Someone will come back and they've got arthritis or some pain in their elbow or their back, and she'll collect a bunch of things, and she will always put noni in the mix and give it to them and send them home. I talked about marriage counseling. Couples would come and ask her for advice, and she'd say, drink this, go home. Everything that they can, they grab noni and give it to them. And I'm like, wow, this is absolutely fascinating. There's thousands of years of research. I pulled up an old video that this is 20 years old, but I was over there trying to figure out what is noni good for, and yeah, memories. It's not a very high quality video, but here I was discovering noni in the plants and how fascinating it was. It was growing everywhere. They used it for thousands and thousands of years. It's backed by modern science. It's never going to run out. We have harvesters all over Tahiti that make their living helping us harvest noni so that you can provide it to your customers. So I'm swimming in the ocean. I hit my knee on coral. Coral makes a cut that's really hard to heal.
Oh my gosh.
I go to this guy. He says, you've got to put noni on it. Okay, at this point I'm fine. He's taken some ripe noni, he puts it on a spoon, he's gonna pack it on my knee. He convinces me that the cut's gonna heal faster. And then he pulls out a roll of toilet paper. I'm getting a little bit worried. I don't know where this is going to go. And he's pulling the toilet paper and pulling the toilet paper, and I'm not sure what the next step in this process is. That's a Tahitian bandage. I wake up the next morning. He's got packing tape on my knee. It's pulling every hair out of my leg as I try and remove it. But I have to get the shot because I don't know what happened. One day later, it's gone. That convinced me. This is real, this noni, this stuff really works. It really works. We have a beautiful product. You're sharing it with your friends. You're sharing more and more of it. Did you know that at part